first fight week for you where you're fighting rather than ring girling. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's really exciting. It's weird because, like you said, it's not my first fight week because I've been around fight weeks before, but to be the actual fighter, like it feels a bit different, but I'm just really excited. I'm having loads of fun. Just like happy to be a part of it, to be honest.
I think a lot of people, I know I was myself, were quite shocked when the Misfits poster came out and your face was on it. How did it all
Yeah.
come about?
So I've loved boxing for a while. Always wanted to box, just never had the sort of time to dedicate sort of like loads of time and energy and take the time off work and things. But then Misfits came about and they're obviously doing great. It was one where I could, I'm not a professional athlete. I don't have the time to train like one, but I really love the boxing. So it was like the perfect sort of the perfect place for me to be. They reached out and I was just like, yeah, grabbed it with both hands, was just sort of like waiting around, doing a little bit of training, like light stuff. And then they just dropped, oh, we've had a pull out. Do you think you can fight in 3 weeks? And I was like, yeah, do you know what? Let's go. I've always wanted to do it. So I thought it was just sort of like meant to be. So yeah, and here I am.
You're fighting Tash from Ibiza Weekender. What do you know about her? Have you guys met at all before?
No, not before. I've met her now that we're here. Didn't know really anything about her. I know that she's from that program. Haven't really watched that, but to sort of get the gist of it. But no, I know she's fought before, so I had a little look at that fight. But other than that, no, never met her. We're not sort of like in any circles or anything like that. So totally fresh meat.
I've seen you've been going back and forth on Insta a bit. You've been in her DMs. Does the trash talking side of boxing come naturally to you?
I'm like I'm a nice person. I'm a nice girl. I'm quite chilled, but if you want to say something to me, then I've definitely got something to say back. I was just sort of like happy to be here. I thought she would be grateful that I stood in for her and would be being quite nice because without me, she's got no fight. So, but no, she was straight away from the get-go calling me in her stories, saying she's going to KO me. And I'm not for one sort of like just speaking into the air. If you have something to say to me, say it. So like you said, I just DM'd her and I said, less of that chat. If you got something to say, just say it. We had our little face off the other day, again, the digital one. Didn't really have anything to say. And she was playing sort of like Mrs. Nice Girl. But like I said, had been sort of talking rubbish all week in her stories. She's going to put me to sleep. It's going to be an early night. So I was happy to just go in and sort of like see how it was. But I think she's created the drama now. Like I said, I didn't know her, so I had nothing to say about her. But she's got a real attitude problem. She just needs to be put in her place. I think Saturday.
Yeah, 3 nights out now from fight night. Have you got any plans for your fellow ring girls to walk you out?
Well, I don't like to say much, keep it all under wraps. But yeah, wherever I am, my girlies are at. So they're my little cheerleaders. And I'm with them. Yeah, we're a nice little team. So might see them, might not. Who knows?
Holding your cards close to your chest. I like
That's it. My ring card close to my chest.
You've come across a whole range of fighters during your ring girling career. Have you picked any brains? Asked for some tips and advice from anyone?
Yeah, I think deaf people, I haven't had to pick brains. I think everyone's straight up. Everyone wants to tell me, give me advice and everything, which is great. Like you said, I've, been around sort of the scene for a while. So if I'm always sort of like looking for advice and things, but I don't think anything really is going to help apart from the work and getting the sparring in and stuff like that. I mean, people can give advice and it's great. I was working with Hannah Rankin the other week. We was working. She's a great female boxer. So she was just giving me some advice about like the walkout and things like that, because I think like that's really helpful because I'm not going to know, from anyone else. People can't really say. So really just sort of like telling me what to expect and things like that. So that's been nice. But yeah, I think in terms of like advice and practice, the sparring, I think is what I needed. And if I had more time, I would have been sparring more.
I know you've been targeting your debut boxing bout for this whole year, really. And obviously it's something you wanted to have been done for a long time. Obviously you're going in there to win on Saturday night, but if you do lose, which I know you won't be thinking about, would it be a one and done, or is it a case of you're going back in regardless?
Yeah, number one, I'm not losing. Absolutely no chance of that happening. But yeah, I'm not. I think I would definitely be quite extremely disappointed, to be honest, because I don't think Tash is someone who should be able to beat me up easily at all. So I think I'd definitely give it another go. I love the boxing, like I said. So I definitely want to do it at least probably 3 fights. I like MMA as well. I absolutely love MMA, kickboxing, Muay Thai, anything like that. I just don't know if I'm ready for kicks and knees and elbows in the face at the minute. And then even bare knuckle, like I love bare knuckle. So I think maybe do 3 for the boxing, 3 MMA, and then toughen myself up and get some bare knuckle.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I'm here to stay.
I love it. Looking past Tash, have you got any eyes on future opponents at all?
Future opponents, to be honest, I didn't really, but I've had Astrid in my DMs asking to spar me and just really peculiar messages. And we all know that no one asks to spar anyone if they want to genuinely fight them. I think what Astrid's doing at the minute, because I spoke to a few of the other girls, and she's asking everyone to spar them so she can see who she can beat. So I just told her to get out of my DMs and I'll see you in the ring if you want to fight me. I don't need to spar with you. And I started to polish up her belt. So probably Astrid, she's a bit of a wet wipe, just annoying, to be honest. I don't really dislike anyone, but she is very annoying and she doesn't listen to people. And yeah, I'd like to put her in her place. And she's not very good, but she's got that belt and she's just giving it some all the time. And it seems like she got the belt and then just sort of hid in her cupboard with it and doesn't want to give it up. So I think we'll get through Tasha and then I'll be coming for that, I think.
That's definitely one we want to see. And just finally, before I let you go, you're not concerned about sort of forgetting what job you're doing on Saturday night? Might just in between rounds start parading around the ring a bit?
Well, that's it. Yeah, who knows how much how easy it might be. I might just do the rounds as well. Who knows? But yeah, no, that would be one thing. I didn't think of that. I might get a bit disorientated. But no, I've definitely been training hard. Definitely feel ready. It's been nice because it's been such a short. So I had 3 weeks technically, but this week it's not really hardcore training. So only a couple of weeks. I haven't had to sort of like sit around waiting for ages for it. So I'm just really excited and can't wait to get in there.